They took her son away, not with violence, not with tears, with paperwork, with signatures, with cold voices and practiced lies. Sarah stood there and watched it happen. A child's small hand slipping from hers, a hallway too bright, a room too quiet, and people who acted like they were only following procedure. That was the cruelest part. No one looked cruel. They looked professional, polite, careful, as if pain became acceptable the moment it wore a tie and carried a file. Sarah said his name once, softly, then again. But by then, the door had already closed. That night, his room was still there. The blanket, the toy car under the bed, the drawing taped to the wall, everything small, everything ordinary, everything unbearable. She sat on the floor and held his sweater against her chest. No sound, no tears, just the kind of silence that changes a person. Days passed, then weeks, and everyone told her to be realistic, to let it go, to stop fighting people with money, people with lawyers, people with influence. But Sarah kept going. Office after office, desk after desk, form after form. Everywhere she went, someone asked her to wait. Someone asked for another signature, another date, another
I'm reviewing
fee,
these now.
another proof
Another
that she
signature.
belonged in her own child's
Just
life.
one more, Miss Lee.
And
But I just
still,
signed 3.
she
It's
kept
required
going
just one more.
because mothers do not stop just because the
have to
world
finish
gets
this
tired of
now.
watching them suffer. Then one morning,
I'm so
she found it.
exhausted.
A paper that was never meant for her eyes. One date, one transfer, one hidden payment, small enough to ignore, big enough to destroy them. That was the moment everything changed. Years later, they stood in court with the same confidence, the same press suits, the same calm lies. They thought the years had made her weaker. They thought time had buried what they did. They thought wrong. Sarah walked in, holding a single folder. Not thick, not dramatic, just precise. Enough. When the hearing began, their lawyer smiled first. He spoke smoothly, carefully, as if truth could be arranged into whatever shape they needed. Sarah listened,
Your Honor,
still,
the evidence
silent.
clearly demonstrates
Then
our
her
client's
turn came.
innocence, based
She
on the
stood up
precedents
slowly,
set by the
opened
higher
the
court.
folder, and placed one document on the table, then another, then another. Date, transfer, payment, authorization, silence.
Therefore,
The judge
we
leaned
must
forward.
conclude that the
The lawyer
contract
stopped
was breached.
smiling.
The
One
facts
woman at the
presented
far end
leave
looked
no
down before
room for
Sarah
doubt,
said
Your
another
Honor.
word. That was how truth worked. It didn't need to shout. It only needed to arrive.
Yes, Your Honor.
By the time the final page was read, the room had changed. No confidence, no calm faces, no easy lies left, only fear, and the sound of paper turning like a clock running out. When the ruling came, it came clean, clear, final. Her son would come home, the documents would remain on record, and the people who tried to erase her from his life would never control that story again. Sarah closed the folder, not hard, not proudly, just carefully, like something sacred had been returned. Then she stood, turned, and walked out. Not like a victim, not like a woman who had survived, but like a mother who had finally been heard.